Okay, we are going up. We are live. We are ready to go. We're getting started. We're going in raw. We're going in hot. We're going in live. We're not very prepared as far as the beginning of this podcast. We had a late member, which is okay, which is great, which is fine. But we're going to go into it. Today we're talking MMG talks gaming icons. All right? This is anything gaming related that kind of represents, gaming. Like what else, right? Right?
hmm Yeah, right.
So,
I
I
like
got
I like seeing double visions of myself too. It's
it. No, no,
great.
no, no, no. It's actually not. See,
I
that's an
thought it
XSplit
was.
issue. But if you guys go to the Twitch stream or the D Live stream, you'll see Ron's there. It's just the
Oh,
way
okay.
it's just weird. It happened
I'm.
last time when I was hosting
It's
my
cool,
last
man.
podcast.
I don't mind looking at myself twice.
Oh, well, okay. I knew that's why you were bringing it up. So I was letting it go. I was
Right,
letting it
right, right.
ride.
But
You know.
gaming.
So, I'm going to go ahead and do everybody's introductions because this is not the usual crew that we roll with. I am Lance, aka The Infinite, the CEO of Money Match Gaming, doing his thing, trying to make this all grand and happy and great and awesome and things like that. But to my, in this sense, left, yeah, still my left, still over here. I got my man, The D. He's also a member of Money Match Gaming. He's one of the founding members. Dan, or Dave, say a little bit about yourself, man. Let them know. Let them know who the
Well,
D is.
I like the Infinite, aka Lance said. I am the D, aka at Manos12345. If you follow us on Steam It or D Live, I told you guys I was going to be on here. And poof, here I am. I am a Cleveland, Ohio native. I am a proud, semi-proud Kent State grad. That's where I met this guy. And then eventually we started our company, Money Match Gaming. So it's a pleasure to be here. This is not my first time being on this talk show, but it is for D Live. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Yeah, there you go.
Next up, we got my man, Ron G. I don't know if he has any aliases. The leader of Fighter IQ. He is my man. He's a music genius. He does good things. He does great things. Right now, he's selling stuff, doing his own thing in California. I'm just rolling with it, man. I don't know.
Hey, I feel it. Predominantly, I lived in Ohio as well. I also was at the school, the Kent Start. That was near Kent. I lived out there for a little bit, and then I'm out here in the San Francisco area. I'm currently on a business shindig right now, so excuse my non-green screen. But predominantly, I'm covering boxing, mixed martial arts, and a little bit of esports, predominantly the fighting game community. So that's it.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva's making a comeback, right?
Man, if you get some peds, boy.
On one leg, right?
On one leg,
One
bro.
leg and a whole bunch of peds.
So that we might as well go ahead and get started. I didn't provide it to you guys, but I had a list of things that I was going to ask you guys while we kind of go through the motions of this stuff. Basically, what I want to do and how I want to run today's podcast. I'm going to let you guys roam a little bit and do your own things, but there's some things you should keep in mind while we're going through these iconic characters. I have 3 or 4 that I definitely want to bring up. But keep these questions in mind. I can provide them to you guys in Google Hangouts because I want it to be authentic. I want it to be fresh. I want you guys to not know what you're talking about. It just needs to be from the heart. So I just dropped that in Google Hangouts. You guys can see some of the questions that I'm going to ask. But make sure we hit these points while we're going through our list of yays, nays, so on and so forth, the greatest characters of all time, all those things, just those things. And, so we'll just start from there. So what I want to start with first is Pikachu. Does Pikachu deserve glory?
Well, we're talking about Pokemon.
Well, I mean, right now it's just specifically Pikachu.
When you talk about Pikachu, you're talking about Pokemon.
I mean, legacies, the games, the franchises, and the characters do go hand in hand. But I'm speaking specifically to Pikachu. If you have to lump them together, do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
When you're talking about the Pikachu that I know, when Pokemon was first introduced, we all got introduced to it through the show. And obviously Pikachu was the first character that we all gravitated towards. Like in the first episode, like Ash and Pikachu have differences, but they come together in the end. But this is our first building block of saying this isn't just an animal that does your bidding. This is a friend. This is a creature that understands human emotion. So you're automatically drawn to Pikachu from the very beginning. And as he's kind of evolved, I'd say through the years of, you know, Pokemon being around, he is the poster child, or she, or whatever gender the Pikachu is, doesn't matter. It's that Pikachu is the iconic Pokemon, and it's the best selling point. It's evolved from a
so deep.
What's up?
You just get
So
into
deep.
it, man. He's like, well, Pokemon. That was the beginning. Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, but like as the characters evolved through history, you follow him along with not just, I mean, he's the only character that's stuck around in the anime from the beginning. Like Ash usually just swaps out Pokemon whenever he switches regions, and Pikachu has stayed. It's the consistency. And like, I think that Pikachu as a whole represents an entire generation of gamers, and, you know, us as children who...
I'm gonna let you finish. The Pikachu's doo-doo. Straight up. Pikachu's
Really?
doo-doo. Yes, doo-doo.
I would say as a gaming icon, like he's, when you really think about it, when you got Red and Blue, how many people really got Pikachu? Like
you got a Pikachu because we watched the anime. You didn't get
Nobody
a Pikachu.
got a
Like,
Pikachu. He's
Dude,
right.
Up and down in
Nobody
that,
got a
that
Pikachu.
forest for 8 hours. I was like, I'm good, man. And then
Like Yellow
went to
came
Brock
out.
and got beat
But
up.
Yellow came
Right.
out, and everybody bought Yellow. Everyone was
This
like,
is
"Yeah, you
true.
want
I
Yellow?"
still did not get a Pikachu. He is correct. I did not pick Pikachu.
But that's for the diehard, like if you had Red and Blue and Yellow came out, did you really wanted Yellow unless you were a Pikachu fan?
The whole reason you bought Yellow was so that you could have the Pikachu follow you around. That was it. It was like the only difference maker in the whole thing, other than you got both Red and Blue Pokemon on the same thing, where you didn't have to trade in order to get.
That's
the Red
why
and Blue
people
Pokemon.
did it. But I collected all 150. I'm just saying.
Everybody.
With just Red and Blue. No, not everybody did. No.
I would say I would agree. Like I say Pikachu did build up a huge following based off the anime, but as the gaming, my girlfriend is a way bigger Pokemon fan than I am, and she hates Pikachu with a passion.
Dude, I do not think Pikachu deserves glory.
And I love Pikachu. But
I love Pikachu. There's something about long-lasting friendships that means something to me. Like, obviously, I'm probably putting too much of my personal stuff into it. But man, like you grow up and you have friends that stick with you from childhood until you become an adult, and like that means something. Like that's a bond you can't break, and that's Pikachu. That's Pikachu. Like represents friendship. Go friendship.
Go friendship.
all right, let's flip this. Let's just say as an icon, as a game. Let's say you got a kid now who's never played any Pokemon. He got over like 1,000 Pokemon to go through. And you go, here you go. And he gets to play Pokemon. And then you bring this pink or this yellow mouse up and you're like, here's Pikachu. How responsive do you think he's going to be as the overall selection of Pokemon they can choose?
He went straight to your gut, bro.
I mean, hey man, it all depends on the age. Age is a really critical factor. Hey man, I'm a teacher, man. You can't bring that to me, and I'm not gonna be like, well, you know what? You know, the smaller kids, they like the cuter Pokemons, and then with the older kids, they want the Blastoise and the Charizards and the Venusaurs. They want the badass looking Pokemon. So I think it depends on the age, but yeah, I think there's a couple kids in my school right now that absolutely love Pikachu. Now I don't know whether or not it's because it is the poster child of Pokemon, but they love that fucking mouse, man.
Hey, was there even? Yeah, there was. But how many were you excited about your holographic Pikachu ever?
I was excited about every holographic. Let's be honest.
For real? You didn't treat the holographic Charizards, the holographic Venusaurs, the holographic Blastoise with much more renown. You know, you was like, this is the page of the badasses. This is it. Everyone, witness.
Well, yeah.
Witness
Like,
the page of badasses.
The major rare, hard to get holographics got the front page of the box. Yeah.
Right, and Pikachu wasn't on it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Pikachu won on it. Yeah.
He does not deserve the glory.
I will Pikachu in every Pokemon game. That's the next question.
See, I don't know. I was one of those poor gamers growing up, to where like I got games based off of the ones my friends were willing to leave at my house. That's literally how I got 90% of my games. Like they'd come over, they'd be like, "Yeah, so I beat it, and you a cool
I don't
dude."
want it no more.
Like, well, it's not that they didn't want it. It was just like my house was always a house of like meeting. All my friends came to my house. You know, my parents were okay with it. They felt like the world was crazy, and at the very least their son wouldn't be going through all these crazy experiences if we were at home. And so, you know, we just kind of lively place, you know, that's where we gamed. That's where my parents were willing to have all those kids in their house. And so, you know, they were like, "I'm gonna be here tomorrow, bro. Like, it's cool. Like, it could be both for ours. You know, it could just stay at my house."
Lance has a way with people.
It was that exactly right there. It's both of us. Hitting with the whole Debo situation, you know, like that's just kind of how it was. But it's like we can rate his legacy, because I think it's fair to say Pikachu has a legacy.
Absolutely,
that will stand the test of time, because I don't think like Pokemon's going anywhere, and I don't think Pikachu's going anywhere. Quite frankly, I don't think Ash is going anywhere. Like that's
If you want
one of the
to
few
make the
times.
most money, you have to have Pikachu. If you don't have Pikachu, then you cut a big possible revenue in your merchandising, marketability. I mean, look at all the poking games. It's like 2 damn versions of Pikachu, right? It's like the Mucho Libre version. It's like you got the hat on, like.
So I think what are we doing to the scale 1 to 10? 10 being the highest.
Yeah, we can rate it. You know, officially.
I'd put Pikachu's legacy rating at probably a 9.
Boy, you be
9.
You coming on a little strong.
Hey man, we still got a way to go. You hit with Pikachu at like the very top. I don't know why you coming at me like with the right hook so hard, man.
Because it's just
coming for right away.
I'm not gonna hate on his 9. I'm not gonna hate on his 9. I might scale it down to maybe an 8, just because of the fact that I'm looking at longevity, and I'm looking at the fact that, is he going to be the poster child forever?
Pikachu ain't going nowhere.
He's gonna have to be like an 8 for me. As much as I'm not gonna put a 9, but I'm giving an 8.
Okay.
But a 9, it won't make me mad though. That's just my own perspective.
Right.
Well,
Come on.
Come
on, man.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, man.
Come on, buddy.
Don't you want to be on this dark side of the 9? Come on, man.
Lance just want to start starting some shit.
Yeah, I mean, because this one's kind of like, I mean, so many people have so much respect for Pikachu, and I just don't. Like, I just be looking at it like, why?
So don't look at it so personally. Look at it objectively. Then also, you got to.
Well, I'm gonna give it, but like, you guys aren't normally around the podcast, and I don't rate it like according to a school rating. You know, like 5 is good. You know, in my book. You know, if you get a 5, like you cool. And Pikachu gets a 6. I'm sick like that.
What is going on? Like, you know, I got.
I mean,
yo, have you seen IGN ratings? Like, they're generous.
No. The legacy is for real. I was Googling a lot of things before we started podcast. You know, I've been kind of researching some stuff over the week, and like, sure, people respect Pikachu. I get it. Cool.
You can go
great.
Anywhere
I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those guys that's not necessarily a hater, but you know.
All right, I'm gonna break this down.
You just don't need to shine.
Birth
like that.
of a new team, a talking Pikachu is rated 8.2 by IGN. A talking Pikachu on a 3DS system,
bro. You can go anywhere in the world, and they know what Pikachu is. Anywhere in the world, and they know what Pikachu is. It's a 9,
I can't
bro.
give it a 6, man.
It's a 9, bro. If you give it a 6,
I just told you guys that the 6 is not disrespectful. If you heard some of the movies that we've discussed on this podcast and the ratings that I've given them, you'd be
taking over the podcast.
Maybe our ratings would change, but right now we're gonna go with an 8 and 9, and you're gonna be the 6. So we're gonna have to meet somewhere in the middle, because you saying 6 ain't bad, then
6 ain't bad.
What's a
6
9?
is not bad. It's like
taking it back by 9.
like I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I think the greatest character of all time for me, and I know he's not the best. I know. So don't rail into me right away, but there's several reasons why. Is Master Chief. He's dude, my goodness. It like they did so many things right with the Halo and Halo franchise, and we're gonna get to it. I already know. I already talked to Dave a little bit earlier. You know, like it's just amazing what they did with that specific trilogy. Now 4, 5, and all that other stuff. They've done some cool things, I think, but they're definitely not Halo games. Like they're just not. Like they have the name, they have the branding. You know, it says Halo, but they're not Halo games, man. They're just not.
Right. I mean, we can get into that semantics now, but if we're talking Master Chief, like, I love me some Master Chief, but the series has kind of killed him.
Nah, not Master Chief himself. No, people have not lost respect for Master Chief. Period.
Bro, I've lost respect for the franchise.
Well, we can talk about franchises. I jumped ahead a little bit, but I was just gonna rate that, and I was gonna give Master Chief like a 7 or 8, about 7.5, and like that's my rating scale. So I don't like. We might as well stop now with the rating scales. Like Lance, the Infinite. Why you rate? Because it's just the way I rate, man, and that's all time for me. He's one of my all-time favorite characters. Just period. Point blank.
Well, I mean, there's so many dynamics when you're talking about Master Chief as a character as a whole that like you have to respect him in the aspect of how badass he is. But when you're talking like true character development, we don't know that much about Master Chief.
That's
like,
part of the beauty.
And like, I mean, if you look into canon and you read books and stuff for those people that are super, super, super into Halo, then yeah, Master Chief can be on a whole nother level from almost every other character. But as far as like knowing what Master Chief is about or who he is, I feel disconnected from Chief on a lot of levels.
You're supposed
I think
to.
He's amazing as a character.
That is part of the beauty,
badass, but I'm disconnected from him.
That's part of the beauty. That's what you're supposed to do. And that might be the transition from 1, 2, and 3 into 4, because they changed the messaging around Master Chief for the games that 343 started taking over. And so that might be part of it. But in general, you're not supposed to feel like Master Chief's a real dude. Like part of you not understanding what Master Chief is a part of what makes him such a damn spectacle. You know, that's what makes him so damn great, because nobody in the universe understands the anomaly that is Master Chief. He continuously does things that people are like, what the fuck? We dropped you in a war zone, bro. There was tanks around you, bro. There was brute captains and commanders, and they were glassing the fucking planet, and you walked through them motherfuckers like water, bro. Like, what are you doing? What do you mean? like there's a certain kind of beauty about them, and it's not supposed to make sense. That's what larger than life characters are supposed to be. And then they also want you to feel like you're kind of that character. And quite frankly, they did, like, especially in 1. I love the campaign in 1. Like, especially in fucking 1, you know? You fucking running across the bridge, the music's playing, the fucking dropping hundreds on your ass. You know, you're jumping over grunts, you're throwing plasma grenades in people's faces, you're dodging brute elites, you know, needlers are coming in, you're ducking for cover to recharge your shields, there's banshees flying around, there's fucking race shots going across you. They just did an awesome job with that character. Like, you feel amazing. I don't stand up when I play video games, but I can tell you there was a few moments in Halo where I stood my ass up. Like, I stood my ass up. I got out my chair. I looked around. I was like, whoa, I'm feeling this, bro. I'm hyped, bro. Is there anybody else seeing this? Are you in this room with me? Like that's just how it
Halo
felt.
did do a lot for the whole Xbox branding. I remember specifically wanting to get an Xbox just to play that game. And it kind of helped me cross out the normal Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation era and go, let me give this console a try. And it was like, GoldenEye was like the first person shooter that kind of started it. And then like Halo was like the one that really like made everything what it is now.
Oh yeah, it carried Xbox.
For
sure.
I mean, Master Chief will, as an iconic character, he's definitely up there as far as Microsoft games. I mean, he will forever stand the test of time. But they're gonna kill him soon.
Dude, man, I want to cut you.
You know,
we all know it's coming.
I agree. I agree. I agree. I mean, all right. So based off the Pokemon success, even you can rate how bad the games are not. Whatever. How long you think they're gonna keep pushing Halo out?
I mean,
And how many people is gonna care for Halo like they care about Pokemon?
if they hadn't sold Master Chief Collection before they sold 5, people would have stopped fucking playing Halo. They would have stopped. Halo 5 is terrible. It is a horrible game. The fact that I have to play as some other Spartan that isn't Master Chief makes me angry that I only get half of my Master Chief's like kick. And the gameplay, they made it too much like Call of Duty. It's not Halo anymore. It's not Halo. And that's the sucky thing, that a character like that has to get dragged through the mud because people want to make money. I'd rather Master Chief die.
I don't think they
in the epic. Let me finish. I'd rather Master Chief die in the most epic way possible. That way, he's not associated with the garbage that they are producing now. That is Halo. I want him to die in glory in the epic's most way. 2 planets colliding, saving 500,000 people. Then you can die, Master Chief. You've done enough. But don't be a part of this crap franchise anymore.
I want him to retire. That's how you get rid of him. You don't get rid of him by killing him.
Bro, you're never going to get rid of somebody like that. That person's going to fight until their last dying breath.
He's going to retire. That's like, see, again, this is a part of the glory of this character. It's because everybody's going to have that reaction that you just had, like, ugh, boo-boo. But that's like part of, like, that's part of his, like, magic. Like, it's just like, he's not supposed to go out the way you think he's supposed to go.
So besides the games, where would you rate Master Chief as? Like, if let's say the games were consistently innovating and just destroying it, killing it, and Master Chief was happen to be the hero of it.
What would I rate the game or
Master Chief itself? Master Chief opposed to Halo the game. Like, where would you separate if you would rank him opposed to the games? Where would you?
I'd rank him up there. He's on the Mount Rushmore of gaming characters for sure. If we want to do that rating system, instead of doing numbers, we could do a Mount Rushmore type of thing. Is Master Chief on the Mount Rushmore of gaming? Yeah, he's on there for sure as far as characters go. There's no doubt in my mind that Master Chief, like the things Lance said, like the dude would just go through armies. And like
drop him in Battlefield,
and the campaign his reactions to the campaign, to the story in his own world. He wasn't just a super soldier. He was like a symbol, like sort of like Batman. He's like, hey man, it's never really over. You should never really quit the fight, man. One person can fucking make a difference. And then you get into characters like Batman who do the same thing, or Superman, and like this
I won't give it to Superman. I will give it to Batman.
This is the Batman / Superman of gaming. Like, he's it. Like, whenever you think about comic books, you think about 2 characters. You think about Batman, Superman, and if you a Marvel nerd, then you think about those dorks. But, it's the way it is. Like,
I don't think his ratings tarnished at all, to be honest. I never once was like,
I think it's kind of tarnished.
Yeah, Master Chief. The series, the franchise is hurting.
But I have students that come up to me and be like, Halo's a bad game, and I don't even really like the characters in it, and I'm like,
boy, do I have to school the motherfucker? Does somebody have to learn today?
It is pretty up there in the game. You got to think about Cortana is part of your damn computer now, pretty much.
Yeah, everybody knows
it's integrated.
Cortana. Exactly.
People don't realize that. Old ass men who's like doing all this Microsoft Office shit and stuff. Like, hey, Cortana, didn't realize that she was also like fighting floods and shit. So Master Chief was part of that.
Yeah, and I don't think it's tarnished. The franchise, yes, franchise, sure. But, like, I don't know. Like, people weren't like, ooh, Master Chief. They made some adjustments in the way they displayed Master Chief, and people were kind of like, well, that doesn't feel right. But nobody was like, we hate Master Chief now. And I think, I can't think of off the top of my dome if there is other cases of that, but I definitely feel like that has happened before, to where we're like, we don't like him anymore. Like, and I mean, like, I don't know. You know, I feel like maybe that might have happened in, you know, the fighting game arena, to where somebody's outfit was changed in a way that people were like, all right, well, I can't do this anymore. Like, that definitely feels like a fighting game type situation, you know. But I'll shoot it out to you guys, man. Who do you guys want to talk about? What iconic franchise or character? You know, I've basically held the reins for the last two ones. So what do you guys got, man?
Ron, you want to go or you want me to go?
Yeah, I can go.
Yeah, go.
Can I do like a pack of two?
Oh,
Or
sure.
is that-
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. You got a Scorpion, Sub-Zero, the pack. The
Okay.
Ninja, Mortal Kombat Ninjas itself.
Easy. Like the pack of ninjas or just those two?
We can simplify it. Let's simplify it because, you know, we can do all the stuff, you know. But what started all was Scorpion, Sub-Zero.
Oh, for sure. For
Clone
sure.
sprites.
Like, with that, which one's more popular? Scorpion or Sub-Zero? Let me ask that question first.
Scorpion. Get over here. I mean,
is it really that easy though? Like,
It really is.
I don't necessarily feel that way.
Sub-Zero don't
wouldn't say
talk.
it's that easy. I can't say it's that easy, but there is a catchphrase with one over the other because the other one don't really say shit.
So what you got with that? Like, do you think there's a clear winner? Because I don't feel like there's a clear winner. I feel like in the Mortal Kombat community, I feel like Sub is more popular, but I think casually, Scorpion's more popular. So I guess that would make him more popular. I guess.
I think as a character, I mean, if you play the game, you're gonna have a different opinion. But like, and in all honesty, if you're playing, Liu Kang is actually probably the better of all the three.
Oh,
but,
hell no.
No.
Well,
No.
I mean,
Hell no.
Hell
What are you talking about?
bro.
The
No,
movie?
Liu Kang
The
is
movie?
the reincarnation of Bruce Lee. Like when you see Liu Kang, you think of Bruce Lee.
and who don't like Bruce Lee?
Yeah, you think
Who
of
here
all-
don't like Bruce Lee?
But he's
That's the point, though. Liu Kang is not really anything but Bruce Lee itself. The yelling, the screaming, the outfits. You really think of Bruce Lee when you see Scorpion and Sub-Zero. You think of them in itself. You can
Right.
put either one on a cover. You might think one of the others more popular, but you get the same response. That's Mortal Kombat. That's Sub-Zero. Oh, that's the ice dude, or that's the fire dude. That's Scorpion, and you can hear "Get Over Here" as an audio, but when you see visually on a piece of paper, either one of them would do the same result. I think.
I think you're both right in that aspect. I was thinking probably more of the movie because we all know the movie was so good. It was so good.
Which
but
one
I
though?
mean-
Because it depends on which one.
Oh, well, there's only one movie.
Only one movie, man.
What are you talking about, bro? Nothing else happened, bro. It was just the first one.
Just the first one. We ignore the second one. Just push that to the side. No one
What
needs to
is Annihilation? Like, for real. Like, for real.
I think Scorpion as a character is probably more iconic. As far as I think their importance to gaming legacy, I don't think that Mortal Kombat is that important.
As a
I know that's a
game
bold statement as far
Oh,
as
yeah.
fighting games go, but like I think
this dude
Street
Rob about
Fighter-
to smack you.
Street Fighter to me was a way more. I liked Street Fighter more, and I liked I don't know. It was just a personal thing for me. I like Street Fighter more.
That
And-
last statement kind of redeemed you a little bit.
Like,
Okay.
oh no, I was no. I mean, like, yeah, I was just more of a Street Fighter kind of guy. And as far as those characters, they didn't have like outlandish personalities. They did amazing things, brutal things that like dropped your jaw. But I was like, they're monsters. They're monsters. And like, with Street Fighter, I was like, these are badass people who dedicate their lives to martial arts. They're people. And I felt like I could relate to that more. And plus, Hadouken is one of the funnest things to say when you're running around the playground with your friends. Hadouken! Ah! That's my opinion.
You want to rebuttal before I start, Ron?
No, you go right for it. Rip me apart,
go for it,
man.
I'm not
Tell me
going.
why
I'm not
I'm
going to rip you
wrong,
apart.
man.
That's respectable. That like it was bad until you were like, I'm more of a Street Fighter kind of guy, and then I was like, okay, well now it makes sense. That's fair. But I was like, if it was just bad for the whole gaming legacy, like you're insane. Like, I mean, it's it's one of the few things that got gaming on the map, that started really penetrating the lives of casual people who didn't give a fuck about gaming. You know, like Toasty, like get over here. Like there was so many things about it. Like even like Raiden's scream, and like you never know what the fuck he said, but you're like, you were doing it. I was outside with my friends, like pushing them down and shit. You know, like we had tons of fun doing that. And as far as its legacy is concerned, like it's just huge. You know, those two characters themselves, the fact that they're clones, the fact that there's so many other characters in the game that are just sprite clones in general, I think that's part of the reason why I have such a hard time removing, you know, what actually carries it. Because like Scorpion's a fantastic character, but like, I don't know, like, you know, I hope I'm not butchering it, but like UDM and that kind of music, they make songs about Reptile. Like it just penetrated in some real weird ways. That's just kind of how I feel about Mortal Kombat, where like it's just a goofy ass game that touched people in a very weird way. And you know, it's just kind of where I'm at, you know. It's like I like Scorpion more, but it's like I can't rate the legacies against Scorpion and Sub-Zero at the same time. It's just I can't separate the two. And like, I don't know. That's like kind of where I have to leave it. Like, and as far as like the Street Fighter situation, I'm actually the opposite. I appreciate Mortal Kombat more than I appreciate Street Fighter. Street Fighter was always a game to where, like, you know, especially its initial mechanics, I just didn't understand. You know, like I would throw punches and stand still. Like my boy would be like, and then the character would get further and further away from me, and I'm like, I can't think of a fight where I put momentum in a punch and was still standing still. Although Dragon Kick and Dragon Punch are kind of larger than life for me. Number one, because I always said them wrong. Like I thought the Dragon Kick was Butts and Boogan. And I used to say that. I used to scream when I was karate kicking people.
Butts and Boogan.
Yeah, I'd be like, Butts and Boogan. And then, you know, my friends used to laugh and, funny. And then we went back and listened to that old version. They were like, it actually does sound like Butts and Boogan. I can see how you got that wrong. You know, and then, like, I thought the uppercut, the Dragon Punch, was Show You Can. Like, so I used to be like, Show You Can. Like, it's just kind of like how I kind of heard those things, and so those things are very iconic to me. But like, I don't know, man, fighting games are kind of weird for me. Like they just have a weird place in my heart that's really, I don't know, you know, that's just kind of how I feel afterwards. I don't know. Yeah, they're good, they have a good legacy. So
I think fighting games are just like probably my least played game. I probably played
my heart. Look, I'll just make this quick and easy on my take on the whole Mortal Kombat. Look, I can be numbers guy, I can be personal opinion, but Mortal Kombat itself compared to Street Fighter has done something great after they made the second Street Fighter, and then the second version of the second, and then the continuation. And I love Street Fighter as a game. It taught me a lot. But Mortal Kombat, when it first came out in the arcade, what it did to the arcade overall, it presented something like Easter eggs. It presented all these fake cheat codes and did I get my fatality right? And then did I do this right? The imagination of like the unknown, of like, I think I know the game, but there's all these rumors, hidden characters, all stuff. I know Street Fighter did that with like a character, but Mortal Kombat itself, for as long as it did the arcade game, people used to go up to the Ultimate Mortal Kombat and see clips of like fictitious characters, like maybe I can unlock it. And then Ed Boon and all those dudes are like, oh, that character never existed. We just did that just to mess with people. But those are all bright clones of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And like, as much as I would like to praise Street Fighter and it's how it's big in E-League and their community is so huge, and it gives this perception like Street Fighter is bigger than all these games because they're participants and stuff. But when you really look at the numbers, Mortal Kombat always outsells Street Fighter. It just kills it. Matter of fact, Tekken 7 passed Street Fighter 5 in 2 months after it's been out for like a year and stuff.
Damn.
The storyline
is so much better, even though the movie was bad, but they were able to make a successful movie out of it. What Street Fighter movie came out with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and it was just like Shadow Moon, and it was terrible. Street Fighter 5 arcade. And now this ain't like to bash Street Fighter, but it's just to show how much that Mortal Kombat was able to develop a cult classic, even when they had the deception games and the poor mechanics and the awkward gaming style. When they had to go back to its original 2D form, man, it just felt so good when Mortal Kombat 10 came out. Even if it's less technical than some of the Street Fighter games, it's because they have those iconic characters that no matter what, you want to see those Mortal Kombat fatalities. You want to see Sub-Zero, you want to see Scorpion. That's what you want to see. You see fighting games, you know Ryu or Ryu, whatever, how you want to spin it, but you know Scorpion, Sub-Zero. When that Mortal Kombat 10 trailer came out, when they were fighting each other with the Wiz Khalifa music, you were like, what?
You live. I remember that. It was going out and everybody was like, for real?
What? And it was just
it's coming back?
Zero. They were just fighting in the woods. You get Ken and Ryu fight, you like, this cool, this ice, you know. This...
You're right. You're exactly right. I remember. Them trailers was cold, man. Them trailers was cold. You really wanted more too.
Yeah, so that's my take on how Mortal Kombat with Scorpion, Sub-Zero, they were able to just put them in woods and it sold itself. So I'm gonna put them up there, man.
I mean, definitely iconic, man, and I don't think anybody can argue that, man. Like easily super iconic. So what about you?
For me, I'd say the character that we'd have to talk about, Mario. Number one, Mario. I think was. Can we all just agree? Iconic.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. Easy. Everybody gonna have a problem with Mario?
Oh, no, that's easy.
No, that's easy. Like probably one of the most iconic characters that will probably never stop being made. And like, I don't even know if it was an accident, but I don't know why it took to the market so well. Like the character transcends generations, and Nintendo has made a good like method of shaping him in the way that the game becomes more interactive. And like, I don't think I've had a single student since I've been a teacher come up to me and be like, I hate Mario. And I'm like, it's odd, man. Like, it's odd that like there's a character that nobody hates. Nobody hates on Mario. And like, that's unbelievable to me. So like, I'm going to go back to the Mount Rushmore thing. He is the face of gaming. Like, I might say the face of gaming. Mario is the character of gaming. And I don't think there's any more left to be said like that. Unless somebody else has a point of...
I think he deserves glory. It's very clear that he's iconic. I believe his legacy is probably one of the biggest ones. But quite honestly, like some of it...
Here it goes.
Yeah, here it goes.
Before you open your mouth, describe right. If you're talking about Mario games or Mario, like the character development of who he is and personality. Please tell me before you just
open your mouth.
Please, explain before
you open your mouth again.
Okay. Yeah. Let me
see. You gotta clarify before you put that tweet out. Death threats and so much.
I don't know, man. I think it has more to do with the way he's advertised and how he's literally on everything. I don't know if you guys are familiar with RDC World 1 by any chance. Anybody?
Of course.
Yeah. You know how like they had a couple skits, especially when Odyssey was coming out, to where like they'd sit in the room and they were like, and then Luigi was all mad that he was like out there stunting, and he's like, man, the only reason why you're so popular is because you're literally on everybody's game. Anybody in the franchise like has to deal with you. You are literally on everything, and I think that's part of it. And just him as a character, I'm kind of like, I was always a player 2 type of guy. I always wanted to be Luigi. Fuck that Mario guy. Even though I mained him in Melee, there's a lot of games that I like that are a part of his franchise. I just Mario himself has just always kind of rubbed me the wrong way, to where I was just like, I don't know, man. Like it's just too much cocky. Maybe it's like too much alpha, and like too much alpha in general just kind of turns me off a little bit, to where I'm like, I don't know, man. Like it just Just chill your jets, bro. Chill your jets. Cool. Be easy. Be easy, bro. Like
Mario.
why-
Mario's like a nice dude.
why you getting up in my grill, man? Like I just turned you off and you already showed up in this advertisement. Mario, leave me alone. Like stop. And it's just like, and then like I'm not a dude that loves to hate things. I really don't want people to feel that way about me. It's just that super alpha stuff is kind of like I just, maybe I like underdogs. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just like to see, which is why I like Luigi. It's not like I don't like Mario. Like you're kind of insane if you don't like Mario. There's really no reason because his game roster is like I don't know as far as the sun can like everything the sun touches. You know, like Mario owns. Yeah. yeah. It's like that Lion King thing. You know, like everything you see in front of you is yours. You know, like they make fire games. Nintendo makes good games. Although I think
that's debatable, but
word.
I can throw that statement out there.
Word.
Well,
let's talk about it because that one I'm kind of like, all right, bro. like people. I'll let you speak. I'll just let it go.
You just let me talk. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if you dig your own grave.
Although Nintendo tries to do a really good job of making games that are cross-generational, they will sometimes miss the mark when it comes to developing specific games, like Skyward Sword. The game had a lot of technical glitches because of the sticks. It's a Zelda game, but just because it's a Zelda game doesn't mean that technically it's a good game, because there were a lot of mechanical issues with that game, and they pushed it out for marketing purposes, and they've done this with a couple mainstream games. Like they didn't do it with Breath of the Wild, they didn't do it with Smash Bros, but they've done it with a couple other releases where like the mechanics just didn't make a whole lot of sense, especially when they were trying to do the boomstick stuff. So Nintendo's missed the mark on quite a few games, and just because they're Nintendo and just because they have a good track history in the past of having like 7 solid games does not mean that everything they touch is gold. That's my statement.
I mean, I haven't played that Zelda, but I know a lot of people speak very highly of Skyward Sword. Is what it's called?
I believe so.
Yeah. Like I've heard really good things. Like
I heard it's an amazing story. I heard it's like a great storytelling. The graphics are great, but mechanically it didn't work with the boomsticks, and like it frustrated a lot of people.
I can agree with you though, because like for me, they're all trying to be super fancy and like this is semi cool. I mean, it's all right.
Like Wii U Sports, even though everybody can play it, I miss the tennis ball all the fucking time. and I get upset that I miss the tennis ball. And like, it's upsetting. And like mechanically, that drives me up the wall. That might just be me personally. They'll be like, oh, D, you suck.
well, I think you're placing the blame on the wrong thing. I think they do make shitty controllers.
They do make shitty
controllers. Easy. Because that's what it sounds like you're saying. Hey, they make shitty controllers. Yeah, they've been doing that for a while.
Which is why they made converters for the GameCube one, because everybody knew that the GameCube
sucks too, though. It's a bad controller. It's terrible.
It's a terrible controller as far as that, but for Smash purposes, it's a good controller that everybody's used to.
People have adapted to it. They've gotten used to it. But as far as like its mechanics, it's a terrible controller. It's bad. It's clunky. Like when you be trying to hit the roll buttons, it's like mechanically it has a delay. Like
even the Switch is garbage. When I hold that shit, I'm like,
right.
My hands.
So like we all in agreement. Nintendo doesn't walk on water here. Nintendo
has for sure. But like I don't know, you kind of you took the knife to the wrong part of the body, bro. Like,
I think he's trying to go back to Mario. And you know what? I like Mario not just because it was the first game I ever played and I have like a special heart in it, but I'm really big on like capturing imagination. So I'm just speaking when I was young or when these Mario games came out. So Mario 3, when that originally came out, I think they showcased it in a movie, and they would have this kid, and he would have to compete and like level up and fast. And I remember when Mario 3 came out, that was like one of the big pinnacle selling points for the Nintendo, especially on like the West. But man, when you get a game that is not predictable, or like no matter what you do, especially at those times where it's like all these how-tos and cheat manual stuff, man, when the whistle came out, maybe I'm putting more on the game than Mario as the character, but when those secret whistles and the platform levels and stuff, man, look, man, Mario is just, you can put a blob there. Mario is just such a good game, man. It's those platform games. 1, let's skip 2, 3.
He
That game was the worst.
Come over. Come over.
2 is garbage. If you want to talk about Mario and you want to talk about bad, Mario 2. Either one. Mario 2, the original version, was hard as hell. That probably would make me hate Mario. And then when I played Mario 2, which was like Doki Doki, and then they just slapped on a skin on it, that was terrible. The whole hearts, and that's where Luigi got his legs and stuff like that. If you want to hate on Mario 2. Either one. Horrible.
But yeah, even their controllers now suck. You know, like I held the Switch controller for a little bit. I'll be getting one here soon because, you know, Smash is coming out for it or whatever. And like these hands can't do a controller like this size. It just can't.
These hands,
like they're humongous, man. They're like giant. Like I'm one of the few people that when I heard that they were coming out with the Xbox original controller, I was like, I remember you. I love you. Come back. That's how big my hands are. That's how big my hands are. Ron, you don't understand. It was the first time that every button was within my grasp, all right? I didn't have to do weird things. I didn't have to leave half my fingers off the damn controller. It was the one I could grip. Like it felt like handlebars for me, bro. Like, that's where it's at. And
no.
Yes, your hands are small. Sure, cool, great. These hands?
Horrible. The Xbox controller was so bad that I had some hate in my blood. And this is what I mean, hate in my blood. When I originally got the first Xbox with the first controller, and they came out with the small one, I was hating on everyone who had it. I was like trying to justify, like, oh, this don't even feel right. But deep down inside, I was like, man, my mom ain't gonna cash out for the same damn controller. They ain't gonna do it just because it's smaller.
He ain't gonna cash out for that.
I hated it. I was trying to like make my way, like, bro, you don't need this controller. Like, I'll be a nice friend. You can have the big controller. Like, that's how nice I am. You can have 2 big ass ugly controllers at your house, and I'll take the small one. I hated it.
I mean, cool, great.
I loved everything about the Xbox controllers.
Even the first one? You like the fat?
Even the OG one?
Even the OG one, because listen to me, I despised PlayStation controllers. I despised them. I hated the Nintendo 64 controller. I hated it. I'm like, why the fuck am I using 2/3 of a controller? Why the fuck am I using 2/3 of a controller? It don't make no sense. So like when the Xbox came out and I had a thumbstick on both thumbs, I'm like, I'm home.
Take me home, Virginia.
Okay, that's fair. I have a deep question though. Okay, on back to the N64 controller. Since you mentioned 2/3, tell me one game where you had to use the left portion over the right portion. Tell me one game that you had to prioritize Pokemon the left side.
Pokemon Snap, you had to filter through the pictures.
Hey, he right. With he got you. Hey, he was ready
I don't even remember this. I don't even remember this.
That's real frustration right there.
You had to hold it like this? You gotta throw shit though. So you were taking pictures of Pokemon in real time action, not scrolling, go through the menu. Playing the game.
No. You were taking.
Oh my god! You gotta do this. You gotta do this with the left side. Like, oh, you ain't gonna beat me. Yeah. You could have been like this. Oh, okay, that's a nice picture. No, that's nice. But when I'm talking about when you really had to stand up, like, hold on, with the left side.
I mean,
No, man, nobody used that other side of the controller.
like he is fair. There's really no reason that they couldn't have designed one where both thumbs could touch 2 joysticks and a D-pad.
Right?
Yeah, because PlayStation came out and they had the analog shock. You know, there was no reason why they had to create that controller. Now, I don't mind the N64 controller because, again, it was a controller that was big enough that it fit my damn hands. And I was like, that's good enough for me. Like, I can reach all the buttons. There was no mechanical lag input. Because I feel like with the GameCube controller, like, I hit a button and it's like, especially the R's and L's, like, you really have to press that button down to do what you want. And that input delay be really pissing me off.
The RB was like the worst. It's the
Yeah.
RB. That's like the worst button ever. And it had like a little bump on it. And
Like, yeah. They make some bad controllers, but I'm not hating on the N64 controller. And to Dave's point, like, if you knew how Smurf holds his controllers, where he grips it around and he literally
He's so fucking weird about it.
he grips it around from the top, bro. Like, and he used the joystick.
because one person does it.
I mean, it only takes one, and that was his way of solving that issue. Like, when kids can't just grab the controller and play, you have some problems. You have some issues. And quite frankly, like, his child mind was like, yeah, this is the way.
This is how I'm supposed to work this.
I got all the access to all its utility. Like you have a problem. You definitely have a problem. You know? Like, for sure. So there's a few that we can talk about. I want to know if you guys know about Pyramid Head. Anybody?
Nope.
Yeah, from Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Love that
I'm
shit.
sad you don't know him. He's somebody on my list that I feel like deserves more credit for whatever reason. Pyramid Head like did really well. Like, people like Pyramid Head, and I've never played the game. I just saw the movie, and the movie was enough for me. Like, I can't tell you much about that movie, but I can tell you when Pyramid Head ripped that girl's skin off and threw it at the church door, bro. We talked about that for months, bro. 4 months. Like,
I never saw the movie or played the game, so I don't.
watch the movie. And you can skip through the whole damn movie. I don't care. Get to the part in
Just
front
watch
of
the part.
the cathedral where he grabs this lady who thinks she's safe and rips her skin off. Whole skin. Muscle, body, blood, all intact. You can see it dripping and stuff. And he literally throws it at the cathedral door. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I was touched. Like, I don't even like scary movies, and I was touched. I was like, dude, we love you, man. Like, because like we used to go to movies and then like watch a bunch of movies at the same time and then walk home at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because that was just fucking fun. And that was one of those movies to where we saw like 2 other movies, forgot what we watched, and the only thing we talked about on the walk home and for the next few months, and every now and then when we just feel like fucking talking about it, is Pyramid Head. And I just wish we kind of had more of that. He's just kind of super. He's got his place in my heart, man.
Blame Konami because we had a Silent Hill that was coming out, and I'm sure they were gonna bring him in there, and then they Silent Hill, good game. No, we don't want it. Metal Gear, good game. No. Castlevania, no. What? Why do we have these games? These games don't do nothing to us. That's what they did. We probably could have saw him. He probably was going to be in that new Silent Hill game, which they were going to reinvent. Had a lot of shock value in that PT trailer.
Yeah, that sucks.
Blaming on Konami.
So during my research, there was a few others that were really popular that I like kind of took it back. But then when I really thought about it, I was kind of like, it's definitely something that we could just at least mention. But just Tommy Vercetti from Vice City, like, dope.
Tommy sucked.
Oh God.
Pass.
Tommy
Look.
sucked.
I watched Scarface, then I played the game. I wasn't all for it, man.
Boo.
It's just like the Liu Kang thing. It's like the Liu Kang thing.
Get off the stage.
Like he was not Scarface, bro.
DJ from San Andreas was better. Boo.
Oh, yeah. Look, Vice City.
Vice City
Go to San
sucked.
Andreas.
Yo,
Vice City-
Everyone knows San Andreas
What?
was way better.
What is What is
No,
wrong with
San
y'all?
Andreas kills that.
Okay,
San
so he
Andreas,
kills
like,
it, but like
wipes the
not
floor with it.
respecting Tommy. Why?
Dude, no, the supporting characters are better than anyone in
Dude,
Vice City.
Tommy sucked. He was the most basic gangster ever. Like he was the dude from what was it? The movie you just Scarface. He was the dude from Scarface.
He was a horrible Scarface.
And he was even worse. He was just an Italian guy who came down from New York and decided he wanted to run Miami. He was basic as all get out.
I hate you guys.
Dude, the dude couldn't even swim. The dude couldn't even swim. How are you going to go to a place like Miami and you can't swim?
Look,
You die. You
agree,
base.
man.
Get out of here with that nonsense.
Oh,
Look, I'd rather have
goodness
Pikachu. I'd rather have Pikachu on Miami than no man. Look, I was waiting. Look, I prefer to play Max Payne over.
Yes.
Max Payne.
Get him, Ron.
Max Payne's a
Get
good
him.
game.
Max Payne's
That was
great.
one of the things I was actually going to bring up, just because, like,
We just gonna skip Vice City. I'm sorry. You can.
We
talk about Vice City. I don't want to be
Move
rude.
on.
You can bring him up if you want to do it, but I'm done. I'm done.
Get off the stage.
No replay value.
yeah, something like that. But like, damn, bro, Tommy, for real, y'all gonna. Goodness gracious, man! I feel disrespected. I feel disrespected.
Look, if they remade San Andreas, that thing will sell off the charts. And they brought Vice City next to it. You got to pick one. San Andreas.
I'm not saying because Carl is on the list, bro. I was bringing him next, but y'all like, nah, poo poo. Why you pick him first, bro? There was somebody else on that list because, like, I think CJ.
Bro, you could have talked about the dude who was in Grand Theft Auto 3 and left off Tommy, whatever the fuck his name is, and then talked about CJ. We wouldn't even been like, why didn't you mention Tommy?
Who's in 3?
You didn't know the dude's name. That was the point.
Yeah, he was the unknown dude. He was
the unknown dude from Grand Theft Auto.
Character development.
Okay, now I kind of remember.
Punch strippers and alleys because that's what everyone's first experience with that game was.
And the crazy thing is, it worked. That was the beautiful thing about that character. That character didn't need to say anything. He let his actions speak for him, and he let the surrounding characters dictate what the fuck he did. He didn't need to say anything. That's how badass that motherfucker was.
I never felt that way. But that was one of the things that we never got to, just because, you know, we're kind of pressing for time a little bit, that I was going to bring up with is that was the other thing that I forgot to leave out with, like, Mario. He doesn't say anything. And like, I can't bond with a character that doesn't say anything.
Wow,
like,
bond with a character that says
me,
too little.
Mario. Yahoo!
Dude, he does not
That's
speak.
more than Vice City. What does he say? Tell me what he says.
I mean, he has a voice and he does speak. There's several times. I don't remember what he said, but it's no different than CJ. I never remember what CJ says.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't.
That's the motherfucking green saber.
you That's things people say about him, but not what he's saying.
Oh,
bro, stop. Just stop. You're like digging a hole.
Man.
Like most of the
be a hole.
iconic characters
You can
don't
meet-
talk a
there's
lot.
millions
Link,
of-
he don't say shit. Mario,
and I don't bond with Link. We never got to Link. I thought we were going to, and I was gonna say that. Like, I don't like Link. I don't like him. I like the game. I like the franchise, but I don't like Link. You can replace Link with anything, and I'm okay with it. Like, fuck Link. Don't say a damn word. Like, I don't know. Game's not named after you. You know, people get confused. The who's who all the damn time. It's a running meme. Like, bro. Like,
You want to get him, Ron? You want me to go? Like,
shoot.
I can't.
Fire.
he's
Fire
like,
away,
I can't even
motherfucker.
deal with you right now.
Bro,
Bro.
if you go on YouTube and just look up dialogues from Sandra, you will be pissing your pants off. Like, look. No, we can move on, man. We don't have to persuade him. Like, this is gonna be an all day show. Like, I'm cool in my opinion.
All right. Well,
That's
I
definitely
mean,
the best way to
obviously
approach
CJ
this.
didn't make an impact on you like he did with us, but like, I mean, that motherfucker funny.
Bro, I bought that when Halo 2 came out, and I popped that in over it. That's when it came out, right? It was like 2
Right.
games.
yeah.
Yeah, I popped that over Halo 2. I had
That's
the metal case and everything. I'm done, bro.
I'm disgusted. Halo 2 is like my favorite game of
I-
all time.
Yeah, Halo
Great game.
2 is fantastic.
It
I
is
was
a great
playing
game.
I was playing most of the I didn't have an Xbox. What did it come out on the original Xbox or it came out on 360?
360.
No, I think it came out on 2.
No, regular Xbox.
Yeah, it came out like I didn't own a regular Xbox because mom and dad were like, you can eat. They had already bought me a PlayStation before Xbox had come out, so I would go over James's house and play Xbox. But I was really like, I don't want to fucking play this Grand Theft Auto. I want to play Halo.
Mistakes, all right?
Right, but
mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made, but that was just my bag. Like honestly, as far as like CJ goes, I think he's one of the dominant characters in like he deserves his legacy.
For Rockstar Games, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
I'll ask you this then. If Halo 2 is coming out, right? What do you think would be more exciting to play next to it? San Andreas or Vice City?
San Andreas right now because they've killed the franchise. They've killed Halo. Like, I mean, like
no. What are you saying?
No, I meant Halo 2. Like when Halo 2 first came out, and what?
Oh, you're telling me I'm gonna pick one or the other?
No. So there's Halo. So you're playing Halo, but you need a side game. Which one are you picking? San Andreas or Vice City?
I'm already playing Halo.
You're already playing Halo,
like Halo 2,
and you need a
Halo
side
2
game.
came out when San Andreas came out the same day. Now, I had an itch to play both. I was like, damn, this is tough. But if Vice City came out, I'd been like, oh, that's cool. I'll get that shit later, bro. It's Halo 2 all night.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Halo.
Bruh. You're missing it. So the main game is obviously already Halo. So you get to pick a sub game, a secondary. You know, hey, I played this too much. You know, my friends all got off. What are you picking up after it? Is it Vice City or San Andreas?
I'm picking San Andreas. Oh, okay.
It's an easy answer. Like everybody's going to answer that. If you're not, you kind of loopy in the head a little bit. You know, just the simple fact that you could do gang wars was one of the things that made me like the game so damn much.
Oh my god, let's move on, man.
Gang wars were kind of fucking annoying.
They were a little bit. They were a little bit, but that's because they did it wrong. But you wanted that feature in the damn game. Like they keep coming out with new ones, and you're like, y'all gonna introduce a better gang system, please? Like, I mean, it's true. Like it was.
I mean, but then they had. I mean, like the only thing that bugged me was then they had like gang things in parts of San Andreas that there had no business being gangs in. I'm like, why am I in the $1 million area and having gang wars? Like, what is this? Like, keep it in the area where it makes sense. Don't bring it into the Hollywood thing. Because I'm already in Las Vegas. I'm in the Las Vegas area of San Andreas, and I see that my area is getting attacked from. I'm like, who wants beachfront property?
There's tons. Dude, gangsters live there, man. You're crazy, man. They should just be in suits. They shouldn't be, because I mean that's all it is. Like if they were probably regular gangsters, and you know they're probably high class gangsters in those areas, but gangsters everywhere,
bro. High gangster like class.
Yeah, that's kind of true. There should be a high class gangster thing, but there's definitely gangsters in high class areas, bro.
Yeah, but like.
So again, we're running a little slow on time, but we can't end this without talking a little bit more about franchises, man. Let's just get one in. You know, what is your guys' favorite franchise, man?
Why don't we do a Mount Rushmore style? Top 4.
Okay, top 4. We can do a top 4.
All right, you want to go first, Ron?
I mean, it's gonna be easy. Mario. Can we just establish that?
Okay. Any others?
Well, it's 4, right?
Yeah,
so I have to pick all 4. I thought he was doing a round.
No, he's everybody's got their own top 4.
Oh, it's the top 4?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough. Well, okay.
It's tough.
That's tough. We're gonna have to go one at a time each then. So we all agree that Mario is on all 4.
No.
Okay. We'll see now. Mario. Let's go with you, and then we'll go to old Fickle Man over here who wants Tommy Paseo.
Tommy, you ain't gonna live this down, man.
I mean, I liked him as a character.
Eat a bag, dude.
Eat a bag.
You were saying, okay. Ron?
I got Mario on my first pick, so that's my first draft pick. You got what's yours?
Remember, this is franchises, because you can mistake Mario the character and then Mario the friend. You really should say Nintendo.
Okay.
Nintendo's the actual franchise.
Blizzard.
Hater.
Blizzard for sure. World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Like as far as like franchises go.
Oh, we're doing franchises.
We doing
Yeah.
franchises.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry.
Blizzard is my it's my shit. Like every game Blizzard makes is gold to me. And like just the lore that they've created, the characters that they've created, like it just stands out for me. I'd say the others are probably Microsoft for sure with Halo. I think the franchise itself is just bar none. It's on like a whole nother level than most games. Nintendo doesn't even make my list. I'd probably say who else would probably be on there?
You a bad boy.
I got Nintendo
It doesn't make my list because the last Nintendo I owned was the 64. Or no, the GameCube. Sorry. Forgot about your GameCube. Yeah, so like I don't get down with Nintendo games that way. That's just me. I like Sony I really like. God of War games I really like. But other than that, and I think who is it? Bethesda? I think Bethesda makes
that's
games.
Fallout.
That's Fallout.
Mhm.
Oh no, I don't like Bethesda. Then what is it? Who makes? I don't like Fallout. Who's the ones that make Assassin's Creed games? Activision or
Yeah,
Ubisoft?
Activision.
It's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I think it's Ubisoft. I like Ubisoft games.
I hate you for that last one.
Wait, that's your 4?
That's his fault.
All right.
That's
All
my-
right, let me retract because I didn't know it's franchise. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna put Nintendo. Okay, I'm gonna be the Nintendo fanboy, even though I don't play all the Nintendo games. I'm gonna put Nintendo in there. He put out Blizzard. I totally would have blanked out on that. I have to put Blizzard in there. I didn't even play World of Warcraft, but I played hella things on it. I played StarCraft.
Mhm.
I mean, and Blizzard always Overwatch, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, man. Like Blizzard, they do a really good thing when they take a game and they develop everything about it, the lore, the characters. They take their time with their community. They're really nice. I mean, I think Blizzard has to be in everyone's top 4. Even if they don't play any of the games, they have to acknowledge it. This one's kind of like a bittersweet, but I'm gonna have to put Square Enix, which used to be Square Soft. And Final Fantasy games are up and down, but there's some good ones that come through. Kingdom Hearts, if they ever want to release them.
Yeah.
What Chrono Trigger through Square?
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't remember specifically.
Yeah, it was when they redid lore with Tomb Raider. That shit was fire. That's 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one. I feel like I might eat my word. I probably want to change it later, but I'm gonna probably just say I hate them as a company right now, but I'm gonna say Capcom. I'm gonna have to put Capcom in there. As much as I don't want to give them the props, I just don't want to give them any type of recognition right now. I'm gonna have to put Capcom. That's number 4.
Okay, I mean that's respectable. I'm not mad. There's a lot
I'm
of
mad at them, man. Marvel Infinite was trash, bro. Trash. Come on.
I mean, that's kind of a side conversation, so I'll let it go. So if I had to give me my personal favorite franchises, is the first one's Bungie. I definitely wouldn't give Microsoft credit. You know, like yeah, Microsoft owns Bungie, I suppose, at this point, or they have some deep relationship. But Bungie in the original trilogy of Halo, all time for me. It's just all great. It's literally the first game that I've ever felt like was just it reached mastery level for me, to where I put it in and I was like, I had very little to complain about. I just wow, they did such a good ass fucking job. And there was like 1 or 2 things that I'm like, all right, you guys could have did a little bit better, but it's still good, you know. And it's just one of the few games that has ever hit my lap, and I sat down to play, and I was just like, beautiful. I like the music. I like the characters. I like what's going on. I like the elites. I like the bad guys. I like the good guys. I like the prophets. I like the brutes. I like the elites. Like, I like the weapons. Like, there was nothing about that damn game that I was just untouched by. Like, even the vehicles. I enjoyed the vehicles. They didn't even make normal tanks, bro. No, we make it scorpions, player. Scorpions. like it was just a different level of game for me. It just eclipsed everything, and I'm clearly taking my time here because I want y'all to know that I love this fucking game. Like, I just love the game, and it's the first game that I can actually say I am a fucking fan, bro. Like, it's the first one that we were like, hey man, we going to a con, bro. What you going as? Yeah, Master Chief. I wear it proud. I like walk out my house in this large ass metal suit. Get out, pump my gas and shit. People are like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm doing, player. Don't disrespect me, man. Don't disrespect me. And then, so like Bungie, for sure. Like, number one, Chris, like, just in stone, bro. Get it tattooed on my arm type deal. And yeah. And then I kind of have to go with you, Ron. Square Enix is like, it's up there. They make, like you said, the last ones, like, I'm just completely turned off. Like, I just feel like they ruined the franchise.
Up and down, man. You feel good about something, you want to get it, you want to ignore something, and then everyone's playing it, and you're like, what? I'm missing this?
You buy it, and you be like, nah, I shouldn't have bought this. But I'll buy it because I like you, and that's kind of where I'm at as far as their relationship goes. They make decent games, but I mean, I don't know what's happening to people because I feel like most games are in this kind of loosey goose phase to where they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's what it just feels like. I'm not a game developer. I don't want all these people with pitchforks coming at me like raw, but yeah, like okay, cool, but yeah. Yeah, and especially with Kingdom Hearts. Like, for the love of me, I don't understand this Kingdom Hearts situation. Like, it's free money, bro. People might buy the game and trade it back in because it's trash, but you've already made your money at that point. Like, bro, we're going to buy this damn game. Like, I know people who are going to go get the system just for that damn game. Like, I will gladly go buy whatever PlayStation product this launches on, whatever platform that is, I'm going to get it. Like, the poorest of the poorest people are like, yeah, that's a must. It must happen. There are a lot of things wrong with Kingdom Hearts, but it's amazing. It's amazing, and it just, yeah, it's one of those games. And then I guess I do have to give it to Blizzard. I kind of do. I mean, for me though, Blizzard has a weird place because I think with all the resources, with all the things that they got going on, I think they lower the bar on themselves. And I know that's
not to make this too much about Overwatch, please.
Well, it's past Overwatch. It's past Overwatch. It doesn't matter like what franchise in their or what specific game you're talking about in their franchise. It always feels like they could do more. There's never a time where you're watching like whether it's Overwatch.
But they do a lot, dude. They do a lot. And
they
a lot
do a lot, but a lot of the
stressed.
Basic strong mechanics of each one.
They keep everybody in house. Like everybody that's worked in Overwatch worked on World of Warcraft. They've worked on raids and dungeons. They keep their talent. They don't stretch themselves thin.
Diablo, man.
They keep the content creators there and move them to other areas. If they wanted to push out more content, it wouldn't be as good. It would be shitty. And like, so that statement right there, just like it speaks to like your lack of understanding of the fact that Blizzard doesn't let talent fucking go. That's why they make such good shit.
Hire more people.
If you hire more people who suck ass, they're going to make bad content.
I mean,
and that's a waste of fucking.
I mean, there's different things that people could be doing in order to kind of make their games the way they need to be. You can work under somebody and follow commands. Like if you have a workload and you go, hey, look, this is what we want, make it. this is the way we want it, and you just send them on their merry way to make
more
it.
people asking me questions, and that's more people that I have to delegate. That doesn't necessarily mean you're getting more work done.
How much money do you think Blizzard has? And I'm leaning into the mic.
And a lot of it they put back into their own company.
Could they give more?
Depends.
You know, all right, you killed it right there. Like,
So
for sure they have enough money to hire more people. Period. So if that's the actual argument, they need to hire more people. It's not like other games don't. Like, there are other people out there who make great games. You know,
bro, you no.
And so it's like
hiring more people does not equate to better quality.
I didn't say hire anybody. There is talent out there. You know, and it's not like they haven't replaced anybody in their organization ever, because that's not true. We all know that's not true. Which they've hired new people. New people have taken on different creative directions for the company. And that's just true. And we just kind of have to respect it as such. Because
all right.
Yeah.
Before you guys kill each other, I wanted to also elaborate on if you had some honorable mentions, maybe like two that like the underdogs people should probably look into, and then maybe like one horrible, or maybe let's do this, two franchise or companies that everyone needs to like keep an eye out for, or good games that are rolling out of them, and then two franchises or two companies you just want them to burn, like just
burn to the ground. Sometimes I want to go to school and burn it to the ground.
Just like you'd be cool if they were just gone.
Burn it to the ground.
Who makes Minecraft?
Mojang.
That
you want Mojang to burn?
That shit can fucking burn, bro. That shit can go on fire. I'm glad you knew where I was going too. I'm like, that shit can fucking burn. Burn that shit. Oh God. Damn, burn that shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that a lot of my kids who are on the autism spectrum love that fucking game. And like, but you have to understand, like it's not an indicator of, and I'm mad you laughed a little bit, but like
because you set it up that way.
Because no, with the way that when kids who are on the autism spectrum, they're very sensory, like they're very sensitive to certain things and certain like colors and the way that things are kind of set up. And what Minecraft does for them, it gives them an opportunity to sort of play with textures and colors and things that they don't normally get to play with. It's very hard for a child who can barely use his hands to build something. And like he builds it in the game and you see a creation come to life and like him interacting with it. And that's something special to me as like a teacher who works with kids like that, to see a child who can barely speak still able to create something and interact with it and have like expression. And that's something that's truly important to me. So I don't hate Minecraft for the same reasons as everybody else. I actually think it's kind of a blessing.
I thought you were gonna turn that into like a hellstorm and like go the other way.
No.
That's why I was like, whoa.
As much of a troll I am, I got a big heart for my kids.
Okay.
I mean, that's cool. As far as a game without all the emotional attachment, it can burn. It can burn. Like there's plenty of games that do that, and I don't want to poop on it just because of that. I'm just rating the game itself.
That's fine. No, I mean, like as a game, I despise it. Like I despise the game as like a video game, but like for what it does for my students, it means something different. But like if there was one that I was going to burn, I would burn League of Legends to the ground.
Word.
I would burn it to the fucking ground.
Word.
The most toxic fucking game ever created. And like I hate the fact
burn the community though. Don't burn the game.
Okay, then I want the game. I mean, they go hand in hand. Like, who gets mad over bots? Who gets mad over bots? So
I mean,
like I understand. Like if reasonable people all played League of Legends, then you can keep it. But they go so hand in hand. Burn that fucker to the ground. Burn it. It's cancer. It's literal cancer. Just get it away from me.
It was like my second game. still the training matches, bro. Don't got no characters, no gear, no runes, no nothing, bro. Second game. Hey, man, you need to put this damn game down, bro. You know, I'm sitting there, I'm reading, and I'm like, oh, I wonder who he's talking to. I was out there getting flamed, bro. And then I was like, wait, you talking to me? Yes, you are terrible. I'm like, bro, this is this is my second training match, bro. Like, I just picked up the game. I'm an actual real noob. And I went to the training section and yeah, you're right. The community's trash as far as that's concerned. It's just too much, like way too much. My second one, because I can't wait to tell you which ones need to burn. Call of Duty, please burn it. Like, burn it. It's just a bad game. It's been a bad game for a long time. Like, okay, I'll give you guys Modern Warfare 2. Cool, great, awesome. Congrats, you guys got a good game. I might even give you Black Ops. I actually kind of enjoyed Black Ops a little bit. But then, you know, every installation after it, boo-boo. Like, I don't know. They're just bad games. Just bad games. I've never once were like, hey, they got creative here. Spicy.
I mean, yeah, Call of Duty can burn.
It sucks. It's terrible.
It can burn. It is. Like, most of my students don't even play that shit anymore. Like, they're so over it. I mean, everybody's on Fortnite anyway, and I mean, how do you? I mean, like, I get into these arguments with the one kid who really does like this game, and I'm like, dude, if I turn around, or no, if you come around a corner and I kill you, it doesn't mean I was better than you. It means I saw you first, and that's a bad game. That's a bad mechanic. That's a bad everything that has to do with any type of competition. It doesn't mean you're better than me, especially if it means my kill streaks are killing you. Most of the time, I don't have any control over that shit. So it doesn't make it a good game. Stop it.
I agree. You know, and then, like, you know, I mean, I made this argument because, you know, you should have, spoiler alert, Dave was really into Call of Duty for a long time. COD fucking 4. like, you were really into it, man. It took a long time to get you there.
Dude, that game has a special place in my heart just because my friends would all come over and we would play it. And during high school, and like, that's just the only reason I like that game, to be honest there.
But it was terrible. It was terrible. Like, I remember I put a whole SMG clip in a dude's back. Just lit it up. All hit markers, all bullets. Didn't kill him with my clip. Hit him with every bullet. Didn't kill him with my clip. He turned around with his M16, bursted me once. And not even all the bullets hit me. He killed me, bro. They were body shots, bro. And I remember telling you when you were in your days and you were like, he had stopping power. I said, you are correct. Well, sometimes you just get stopping power with an M16. Like, level up, bro. When that was your response, I like looked both directions and I was like, I hate you. He was just like, no.
I mean, you had good reason to.
like even I was sitting next to Anatoly, one of my friends from college and such, and he just looked at me and was like, well, you know. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like every bullet hit him, right? He's like, yeah.
But the guy had stopping power.
That was his response. I was like, he had a perk. Yeah. I mean, more damage bullets. You know, they do more damage. He was Russian, so, you know, I don't know. So, Ron, man, what are you two that you're going to burn? I'm interested.
As much as I played and invested time into it, I have to put League. That shit needs to burn down.
Everyone fucking hates League.
I got platinum status in there, and it just didn't feel right. I'm trying to compare it to something in life where it's like you sold your soul to do all these things, to be like rich and successful. You joined the industry. You have 1 million hits on the record label. You have this nice little border around your name, and you have this skin that no one else can get unless they spent time or money or energy or whatever it is, just to be like, did this for what? all the people I've hurt, all the friendships. I've had people leave Discord. I don't know if it was because of me or maybe it was just the whole group of friends. Leave Discord and say, I'm not coming back until you kick that person out. Or I'm not coming back, period. Fuck you guys. I'm never playing this game. Friendships was ruined. I played many games where it was co-op necessary. I'm talking about like Halo and Legendary or
Right.
like one person died, you got to go all the way back and you almost at that checkpoint. And I'll look at them and be like, it's cool, man. We'll get through this tonight. We'll get some food. We'll take a break. League of Legends, First Blood, you motherfucker, man. I'm in my promo. I'm in my promos, man. You get out of here, man. I'm never playing with you. That game need a burn, man. I felt like I lost who I was slightly in there. So I got to burn League of Legends.
Damn.
Worst. Second game. I'm a big fighting game nerd, so anything that all you have to do is auto combo and you win. I'm joking.
Yeah, I was about to... Boy, watch what you say.
All right. Second game that probably needs to burn. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a hater. Maybe I don't understand. You can burn Fortnite. You can burn that shit.
Word.
Really? That's interesting. Why?
Burn it.
Why?
I don't. Like I said, maybe it's because I didn't play it. I played PUBG, and this is not an attack to Fortnite because I didn't really care for PUBG too much either. I played it for like a week or two, and then everyone went crazy on it. I didn't really see it, but I don't know, man. I see Fortnite merging into what League was. I'm seeing relationships break up over it. I'm seeing Fortnite being a bad addiction, man. I don't like it. Maybe it's because I'm old. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I have to play it. Maybe you might have to make me play it.
You gotta.
It will never be that toxic because you can't be in it that long. Like if your team dies, you don't have to stick around and watch and wait for the game to end. You can literally just leave. In fact, you can leave at any given point in time. In MOBAs, you got to stick around for the whole fucking match.
The whole
40
car ride
minutes of toxic.
Ally has left the game. Nope. They don't care.
They don't care. It don't matter. We're finishing. You have to finish. And that's why Fortnite, I don't think will ever get on that level. But I understand what you're saying as far as like people taking it
I don't
way too fucking seriously.
I don't find the amusement of seeing a guy and go, I'm going to get you. A fucking house is built right in their face. Like nothing you can do. I've literally watched some dude walk up and say, I'm going to get you. And there's a fucking chimney and a barn and a swimming pool. And he built this shit so tall just to escape this dude. And he don't get killed by the dude that's building. That bothers me. The whole wall builds up and you try and shoot somebody.
I mean, that's part of like those games design. I feel like they kind of made an original game design in a sense. And I think that there's a lot of things that they need to figure out. But as far as the game itself, it's like revolutionary, dude. Like, so like that's the only reason why I'm surprised that you said that, because personally I just like they were so damn creative when they created the game. Like
what were they created though?
Yeah, name another game like that. Name a game that basically has all destructible environments, you know, like you farm equipment and stuff, and you know, you build forts.
Maybe because I didn't play it. Maybe I can retract that.
It does take some time. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody that I've listened to, a lot of the big streamers that I've listened to that talked about Fortnite and things of those natures, they all say the same thing. I wasn't really feeling it. It was kind of cartoony. They don't seem like they're taking anything serious. It doesn't feel like it's competitive. And then you play a couple rounds, and then like the wheels click together, and you realize why it's such an amazing platform. Now, I think they have some issues on making it competitive, especially if they want to make it an esport. I don't think it's very hard to make it an esport. You just put it in the arena. If you put it in the arena, then you know you kind of solve that problem to where you give people either a limited amount of resources, or you kind of naturally build up amount of resources as you go. And there's a few indestructible objects. They've introduced things like vending machines. They could put that and a few indestructible objects around those things. So when you get enough kills or
I think
things.
I think the whole reason that it becomes hard to be competitive with that game, and I think this is like a good talking point for another show in general, but the map size alone makes it difficult to put it in like an arena setting. They'd have to rechange the maps and give like people unlimited building supplies and then just let people build and go at it.
It can't be unlimited because then the game breaks because you can't. It's really hard to kill.
I know.
People.
They'd have to give a ridiculous amount of resources for people to build right away, and they'd have to shrink the map area because games would last too long, and teams would be like building forts, like, and just staying there.
But that'd be part of the beauty of it. But like what I'm saying is like remember, I think it's Halo 5. I think it's Halo 5. Remember that like elimination mode to where people basically had this situation to where they would it was kind of like a paintball course and they had like the little things. It kind of looked a little bit like laser tag as well.
Yeah.
That you would do something like that to where you put two teams on different sides or it'd be a free for all and then people would build towards each other and there would be goals for you to get higher tier equipment on the map and you start with a limited amount of resources. It wouldn't be that giant map that I was talking about. That's why I said, like, I guess arena applies to both settings, but it'd be a smaller arena for sure. But there's definitely easy ways for them to make it competitive.
Yeah, just burn it. I'll be cool without it.
I mean, that's cool. And as far as games that I think people should get into, I mean, I don't know. You know, I think me personally, how I feel about gaming is it all depends on your personal preference on what you like. You know, like I'm a very varied gamer. I like platforms. I like storytelling. I kind of like dramas. I like first-person shooters. I like turn-based strategy games. I guess that would be it. Is I would want more people to play turn-based strategy games because I want more of those games. I just feel like there's not very high-quality games that are turn-based, and I just wish there was more of them.
Anything specific? You got like just name 2 games on your must-play list.
Boys, this is all about Valkyrie Chronicles. Like
I loved Valkyrie Chronicles, bro. It was an amazing game.
I saw somebody playing it on D Live the other day. I was like, I remember this game.
It was a good game. It was a good game. It's too bad that franchise is kind of going down the hill. Sad face. Feels bad, man. I'd simply say if The Legend of Dragoon, although I know people are kind of one of those guys that are like, the graphics. Yeah. So, you know, but that's, I want another one. Bro, if Money Match Gaming takes off and we do the things that I'm planning to do, I am going to try to buy that fucking franchise. There's a couple games that I want to fucking buy.
You can burn. I'm not going to let you
Dragoon. 4-disc classic.
It's a great...
I'm not going to let it happen.
Why? It's a great game. There's tons of things you could do.
That's the goal.
Right.
We got to save up. We can't be buying all these other
$1 trillion, right?
We got big plans.
A few $1 trillion, huh? Okay. And then the second one, as far as turn-based, is I wish there was more kind of like hybrid ones. Nobody's gonna know this game, but Kingdom Under Fire was a real diamond in the rough for me. It was like a game that I was like, man, I finished it and I was like, man, this wasn't enough. And then like every iteration after it just didn't feel the same. And like that's what I hate about franchises in general. Like they just seem to lose their damn soul. They do it, they make the money, they feel good, they go out and they just have to redefine the whole fucking game. Don't do that, man. Like learn your key mechanics of your game and keep them there, please. Like, keep them there. Like, we're all returning for that, you know, and just do that. And every game that comes out with another iteration of its game and they don't fix the major issues of the game before it, I'm talking to you, Gears of War.
Trash. Game's trash.
Dude, I love the game, but, like, I can't argue that because there's some legitimacy to that, to where it's like things don't work in the software code or whatever it is, they don't quite work right. Maybe the servers weren't where they're supposed to be. I don't know what it is, although in my player versus player, somebody sitting next to me, it all felt the same. Like, there was some mechanical issues with that damn game, and like ever since Gears 2, it just, why is this still happening? But yeah, those are my two, man. Legend of Dragoon and Kingdom of Desire.
You want me to go next?
Oh yeah, sure. That's cool.
I'll make it Parasite Eve, man. Parasite Eve. If that's a game that can be brought back just like Legend of Dragoon. Parasite Eve was like the perfect balance of moving and shooting, just kind of like the other game that you were talking about. It had that creepy Silent Hill Resident Evil vibe, had good music, man. If they brought that back, had Square Enix just kind of like vamp it up, I think that would be a good game. And then I'm a big fighting game fiend, so I like anime fighters too. Under Night, In Birth. It's kind of like a Blaze Blue, but a little bit more city driven. Kind of, it's a good game, man. I'm like being super hipster right now. But those are the two games I would recommend. Old school and kind of a new school. There's a tag version coming out with Blaze Blue and Persona, Under Night, and the anime Ruby. So you'll probably see this at the Evo. It's gonna be fire, man. That's when Capcom messed up, because Arc Systems, Atlas, those games are gonna take off. But yeah, that's it.
Ryan, my bad. David.
This is games coming back.
Or no, just games that you wish people knew more about.
Battle Right seems more like a Diablo style arena game.
You play Battle Right?
Yeah. I wish more people knew about Battle Right. I'm really kind of getting into it.
Yo, we gotta play.
Okay.
I actually own the game too. It's not a bad game.
It's not a bad game. I wish more people knew about it. I think it's like a different play style. It reminds.
Y'all play Battle Right? Okay, cool.
I mean, my only issue with it is I think the matches are too short. Like, I don't know what it is. Like,
I don't know. I think it's the right amount of length. I think it depends
it's
on like how good you are and how good.
If I say you trash.
Yeah,
you trash, boy.
The only other game I would say is probably Paladins. I'd probably say Paladins. I wish people knew more about. I think if you're an Overwatch player, you're gonna definitely see the resemblances to the game. And honestly, if you want to break from Overwatch, it's a great substitute for Paladins. I'm actually gonna play with a couple other Steam It people who I've met online Thursday for Paladins, and we're gonna broadcast that. But I think Paladins it provides a different art style, but it has like the same type of mechanical feel that Overwatch does. The game mode doesn't make a whole lot of sense as far as payloads go, because the points like don't really make sense. I don't know, if you don't really play Paladins, you won't really understand, but like you get points for payload, like capturing the payload, and then you have to push the payload all the way to the end. But if you don't push it all the way to the end, you don't get the second point, and the other team gets a point, and then it restarts. So you could kick the other team's ass 3 out of 4 times, get the payloads, but if they stop you from reaching it, they still get 3 points. And at the end, if they capture the last payload match, then they win. But they never captured the payload once that whole game. Doesn't make fucking sense to me. So there's just that issue with it. But I just wish more people knew about Paladins and Battle Right.
Okay, so I think we've obviously hit the hour mark. We're well beyond the hour mark. So we're going to have to close it down. Thank you guys for coming out. If you've come to say what's up to the team and mention your comments about your gaming icons and things of that nature, we're just going to, give Ron a chance to shout out some of the things that he's doing, and we're going to, shut it down. So, Ron?
Yeah, appreciate it. So if you guys are interested outside more than just fighting games, because I plan on covering more of like a casual perspective on the fighting game community, you can follow me at Fighter IQ Media. I'm also going to cover boxing and mixed martial arts and kind of explain the correlation, the similarities of how fighting game community is no different from boxing and mixed martial arts when it comes to political things, poor organization and grudge matches that you kind of want to see. So, but on Instagram's Fighter IQ Media, same thing with Twitter. I'm gonna get a website up. But if you want to follow it on YouTube, you just type in Fighter IQ, and you will start to see a continuation of videos I'll put up starting this week. Starting with the Street Fighter E-League that's premiering on TBS, Ultimate Fighter on Wednesday, and then the Contender that's going to be the boxing. So, but yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's been a good time, man. That's it for us today. This is Money Match Gaming. We do online video game events for both Overwatch and Smash. You can check us out there. Most of them are free, so if you want to earn that opportunity. And we recently started a challenge league for Fortnite, so if you're into that, you could go ahead and check that out. Outside of that, man, that is it for us. Thank you guys for coming out. To the D Live crew, we love you, man. Thank you, and good night. And now to the Twitch crew, thank you guys for coming and having these conversations. We really enjoy it, and I hope you had fun. Good night.